Hey guys, it's me, the Haunted Wolf 12 here, and today we'll be doing a review on another older prop. Haven't done one of these in a while. So anyway, this will be a review on the Gemmy 2007 life-size animated Graves, the Butler. Or as most people know him, the Fat Butler. So he was originally sold at Garden Ridge in 2007 for 150 bucks, which, yeah, that's a pretty good deal. With inflation, that's more close to like 250 or something like that, which is still pretty reasonable for the quality you're getting. But funny enough, this was owned by another YouTuber originally who bought it in stores back then. I can't remember his name. I bet it's something like Jack Kills Films or something like that. He always did a huge display. He was down in Texas. But anyway, he decided to get rid of this a couple years ago. He took it to the Texas Haunters convention, and that's when my friend Jaden the Haunter bought it from him there for 100 bucks. That's why it says that on the tag. And then he sold it to me. So that's how I came into possession of this item, and it's really cool owning a piece of basically Haunter history because it was seen in so many of those older YouTube videos. And actually, speaking of that, he has a Try-Me jack that the previous owner added, modified into the base. So it's a little weird, but interesting. And back, I might have fallen off, but before there was a tag on the back of his base that said Hitchcock Butler. I don't know if it's still on there. Let me see. Oh, yeah, it is. See? That's from the original owner too. So, yeah. As with most 2007 life sizes, the motor in this was shot. They're garbage motors for the head turns and the body turns especially. So, had to replace the head turn motor. And another thing with every single Graves ever made basically is they glued the mouthpiece in wrong. So they all barely move and it looks dumb. His mouth just hangs open the whole time. It looks really bad. So I completely removed the inner mouthpiece because if you didn't know, it's a separate vinyl mouthpiece. And it's just a slit cut in the mouth for the mask. And the teeth and the tongue and the throat and everything, it's all one separate piece that they glued, and they misglued it from the factory on all of them. So I removed it and I re-glued it correctly, and it moves way better now. It's really impressive. It was impressive enough for other collectors to do it, modify their own to make their mouths move better as well once they saw my video. So that's pretty cool. I might make a video sometime explaining in depth how I did that, because I did take a few pictures and videos, but for the time being, I'm just really happy with how it turned out, and I'm happy that other people are noticing and doing it for themselves, because it is such a drastic improvement that adds a lot to the character, because before it just did not look very good. Another thing, unfortunately, is there's some paint chips on the face. Well, it's not really chips, more just kind of rubbed off, which is a little bit annoying, but besides that, and there's some heat warping for the mask, because this is from Texas, so it gets really hot down there. But besides that, he is in excellent cosmetic condition besides that face. The costume is really clean overall. There's a few crease stains from storage and stuff like that, but it's a very high quality material. It's just really, really nice. You don't see anything close to this on props nowadays. The hands are the same that were used on Zoltan, so nothing crazy there, but they are life cast, so they look really, really good. The shoes are the typical Butler shoes, typical base with mic, aux features, everything like that. The tray still had more painted detail on it, which is always appreciated. And besides that, I don't really have too much else to say. I guess I'll show the box for a little bit and talk about it. As you can see, it says 6 foot tall, lifelike Halloween Butler. What's funny is they just use the generic Butler description from the Edwardian, where it says he breathes and mumbles, which he does not, but whatever, I guess. And what's really nice too is he still has the microphone, which has never had the twist tie undone, the original adapter, and the bag for the head. So that's pretty neat, cool to have. Besides that, I think that's all I have to say, so we will go ahead and turn him on. I believe he has like 7 or 8 phrases, something like that.
Good evening. I would offer you a refreshment. I fear you might become suspicious. I say you are looking wonderful this evening. But then again, I say a lot of things. Care for something? I highly recommend you first ensure it has been properly prepared. Touch it and see if it moves. I hope you'll enjoy these delicacies. They'll surprise you. One bite is like a knife in the back. I do hope I'll not have to clean up after anybody tonight. And I do mean anybody. As I understand it, the master is indisposed at the moment. Please be patient, as it's quite difficult to dispose of certain things these days. Please, take one of my treats here. True, they are bad for your health. But then again, so is upsetting me. So good of you to come. We've begun to run short on friends around here, but you'll probably.
I think that might have been the last phrase. Let me check.
Good evening. I would offer you a refreshment. I fear you might become suspicious.
Yeah. So, a few more things I want to talk about. That last phrase where he talks about the trains. That it drives me nuts. The programming for the end of the phrase was cut off. He's supposed to say, "You'll probably make it out in one piece," probably, which that makes so much more sense. He just abruptly cuts his statement short, and it's really confusing and dumb. Even the prototypes had it programmed like that, so I don't know how that was cut or why they allowed it to make production like that, but it's unfortunate. That's the biggest downside of this prop. But besides that, I really, really love the character. I know some people love him, some people don't like him, but I think he's really neat. He's obviously inspired by Alfred Hitchcock. It's a really neat concept. I do really like the personality and the character and the overall appearance. It's a very nice, classic Halloween Butler. And I do recommend it if you can get him for a good price, because he's definitely a good one. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.